how to use the snowball effect to supersize and grow your business anytime, but even during times and like these crazy times in 2020, COVID-19. Snowball effect, I researched this and looked into this, and I'm a little frustrated that I couldn't find the actual origin. There are idioms, there are expressions that are really common and have been used for a long time that for some reason the internet or books and resources don't have, or there isn't agreement on the origin of a concept or an idea or an idiom or a word or an expression. Some things it's really easy to find the etymology of, the beginning and the origin of. Other things it's really, really frustrating because most things you can find them, but every once in a while we'll find something, I'll run across one that I search and search and search and there's no clear-cut answer as to where it came from. Well, any of us that grew up in the Northland or live in cold climates where snow is common have probably built a snowball or a snowman and have personally experienced and used to our benefit this snowball effect. What the heck is a snowball effect? Of course, when you pack a small snowball and you roll it in the snow, or especially if you start on a hill and roll it downhill, it will get bigger and bigger and bigger because it will collect and add more snow as it goes. And it will go faster and bigger up to a certain point, usually to the bottom of the hill. And that's the fastest, easiest way to build a snowman is by, I keep thinking of the Frozen song, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? It's rolling through my head as I'm thinking about the snowball effect and snowman. But that's the quickest, easiest way to build a snowman. Unless, of course, you're Elsa and you can snap your fingers and create snowmen out of thin air. So the snowball effect has, of course, a positive meaning and a negative meaning. Anything that, it often refers to a quick growth of fame, fortune, importance, or danger. It can go positive or negative, like so many things. Heck, like everything. We can interpret things positively or negatively, just about anything that happens, right? To one person, an event is positive, to another person, it's negative. COVID-19 is a perfect example of that. To some businesses, COVID-19 has been an absolute godsend and massive exponential growth opportunity. To other businesses, they've been shut down, curtailed, and forced to shutter their doors due to absolute lack of ability to run their business. Now, I contend that almost any business, no matter what it is, can continue to serve people, even if the government or the different municipalities or business or places that we live shut down and have different rules that absolutely shut down our business. There are still ways to creatively find people. And if you look on the internet, you will see hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of examples of business owners who have gotten creative and figured out how to continue to serve either the population and the people that they were serving originally, or they've had to make a huge change and a huge pivot and serve an entirely new group of people. But they've found ways to continue to add value to the world, make the world a better place, and continue on with their businesses. So snowball effect, what the heck? How does that apply to different industries? So it means things get bigger and bigger and bigger as they go along, or they tend to. Now, that can work in positive ways and negative ways. We can have the snowball effect happen with respect to debt. We can have the snowball effect. If you've ever had a growth phase in your business, you've experienced the snowball effect. Many times and oftentimes, our businesses start out small and then they grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And at some point, I'll often call it the tipping point by Seth Godin, you reach a point of growth where all of a sudden growth starts to happen automatically on its own. And that's an example of the snowball effect. Snowball effect in a negative way or in a debt type way could be, for example, I wanted to learn about outsourcing. When I was running my Italian food manufacturing business, I wanted to look into aspects of outsourcing. Well, at the time, I didn't know really anything about outsourcing. So what did I do? First off, I did a search on the internet for outsourcing. And of course, I found all kinds of information on it, like probably 1 million results or something. Too much for my brain to go through given everything else that I was doing. So I started looking at that. That led me to, so that was the small thing. I started asking the question. That led me to a bunch of books. So I went on Amazon, I ordered like 20 books. I ordered like every book they had on outsourcing at the time. And then didn't stop there. As the books came in and I read more, I thought, okay, this is a lot. I might need some help with this. So I took some courses online. I took some actually offline courses to find out more about outsourcing. Then I got a coach. I got a coach and an expert in the area of outsourcing, a consultant, to come in and help us look at that for our organization. So each one of those steps was an example of a snowball effect, where I started out small and I got bigger and bigger and bigger in terms of what I was investing and what I was learning about outsourcing for my business. So we can see examples of this everywhere. In politics, we see the snowball effect. In the media, we see the snowball effect. In social change, we see the snowball effect. In psychology, there's something called the snowball sampling method, which is a method of, it's not a really super scientific, there's drawbacks in the snowball sampling, but it's a way to reach hard to reach subsets that want to be studied for certain aspects of psychology or medicine or anything else. It's just snowball sampling. We could talk about that, but it's too long to talk about here, and it wouldn't apply to very many of our businesses. Although niche marketing, going after a specific group of customers, could be considered an example of snowball sampling, and getting referrals and things and testimonials from our business, and having people recommend other people for our business, that would actually be very similar to snowball sampling. So social situations, think of the riots and the protests that we've had in America over the last few months. They started out small as peaceful protests over a social thing. There was clashing of ideas and groups at those events, and they eventually turned into riots. I know people don't like to believe that or say that, but I witnessed it firsthand. They turned into riots, and that is an example of the snowball effect. The media and social media has a huge impact on the snowball effect, and I think we're going to find that they have had more of an impact on all of us than we even realize, which is an example of the snowball effect. We start out, in small increments, being attached to our social media, and interacting with our cell phones every day, and then we spend more time and more time and more time and more time until we walk down the street and you see, 80% of the people walking down the street are looking at their phone. They're not looking at where they're going or what's going on around them. Lots of examples of the snowball effect. So how can you use this to grow your business? Well, it's like anything else. Start out small and build on your successes. Add to, every time you do something that's successful, learn from that and add to that the next step. And pretty soon, just like everything else, you will find that your business is exponentially growing on its own. And there's, key things that you can do to help that. Make sure that your customers are having an incredible experience. Talk to your customers, ask your customers what they like or don't like about your products or services, and then do and implement the things that you learn from those conversations. Ask your customers for referrals. Ask them who they might know. Every time you have a successful interaction with one of your customers or clients, ask them who they know that could also benefit from your products or services. It's one of your best bets. And that is exactly an example. Referrals are a good example of snowball sampling in the scientific world. So what are some other things that you can do to purposefully create in a positive way the snowball effect for your business? Let's not go into massive debt, because that's a negative example of the snowball effect. Hey, I buy a pair of shoes. I buy a new pair of shoes and I think, oh, I need a new purse to go with my shoes. Oh, I need a new dress to go with my shoes. I need a new outfit. I need a new jacket. And pretty soon I've maxed out my credit card with all the things that I had to have because I just bought a new pair of shoes. That would be a negative example of the snowball effect. All right, that's our idiom for today. Go out, make it an amazing day. Any questions, any examples of this, share it in the comments below so that we can learn from one another the impact of some of these expressions on us and on other people. See you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it to supersize and grow your business right now?